The coolest car at the New York Auto Show was a 36-year-old Citroën. The BX4TC was created for Group B rally racing, but it was a disaster and only a few dozen survived. The best cars at the 2022 New York Auto Show this week weren't brand new EVs, large luxury SUVs or modern sports cars. The only cars that really got me excited were all over 20 years old. Tucked away between Subaru and Chevy's massive booths was a collaborative display from the folks at Radwood and the Saratoga Automobile Museum, and one of the rad-era vehicles stopped me in my tracks and dropped my jaw. It's not often I come across a car that I've never seen in person before, but this was one on my bucket list, a 1986 Citroën BX4TC. I'm a major lover of French cars, so even seeing a regular BX gets me excited, but in the grand scheme of things it's just a regular hatchback at the end of the day, albeit one with hydro-pneumatic suspension and fabulous styling penned by Marcello Gandini at Bertoni. The 4TC model, though, is seriously special. Citroën entered Group B rallying in 1986 with a wild version of the BX, and regulations dictated Citroën would have to produce 200 road-going versions of the rally car to be able to compete, but the BX4TC rally car was a disaster, with Citroën having to retire it from races due to suspension failures, engine problems and other issues. Its best competition finish was 6th place at the 1986 Swedish Rally. Then, after competing in just 3 races, the entirety of Group B was shut down after Henri Toivonen and his co-driver Sergio Cresto died in a crash at the Tour de Corse while driving a Lancia Delta S4. Citroën ended up selling just 62 examples of the 4TC road car, and the company even bought back, and destroyed, a bunch of them because it was plagued by reliability and quality issues, not to mention the shame of its racing failure. Now only around 40 likely remain, and they are incredible. The BX4TC road car looks even cooler than the rally car. It has incredible boxy fender flares, a large offset bulge, a rear spoiler, additional intakes and stupendous wheels that look like a frisbee from Blade Runner. All of the 4TC road cars were painted white with red and blue stripes and awesome red graphics. The BX4TC font at the rear and the double chevron logo on the front end are masterful pieces of graphic design. But the BX4TC's truly show-stopping design feature is the 4 auxiliary rally lights set between the main headlights, especially with the yellow lenses of this example. Powering the BX4TC is a longitudinally mounted turbocharged 2.1-liter, inline-4 engine derived from the one in the European Chrysler 180 hatchback. In road car spec it puts out 200 horsepower and is paired with a 5-speed manual transmission. The 4TC could reach 60 miles per hour in 7 seconds and hit a top speed of 140 miles per hour. The 4TC also packs a 4-wheel drive system and ventilated disc brakes, and it retains the height-adjustable suspension of the regular BX models. This Citroën was provided by the Cultivated Collector, which collects and sells all sorts of spectacular and rare cars, and the BX wasn't the only car it brought. Also lined up at the Radwood booth were a Nissan Pulsar GTI or rally car, a Ford RS200, a Renault 5 Turbo 2, a Jaguar XJR15 and even a Venturi 400 Trophy. So it speaks to how damn cool the Citroën BX4TC is that it's the only car I really cared about, and the memory of seeing my first one will be seared into my brain for eternity.